The Arctic maintains extremely low cold levels, limiting all life activities. Polar bears still maintain a strong hunting speed, not slowing down despite the harsh environment. When it detects a target, it immediately accelerates, closes the distance, and attacks decisively. Any movement that appears in the field of vision can become an object of pursuit. This is the land where the precision of each attack determines the position of the polar bear. In the vast, desolate Arctic tundra, ice and snow cover the ground year-round. Temperatures can drop below -40 degrees Fahrenheit, cold winds can sting, and food sources are scarce. In this harsh, icy world, the polar bear Ursus maritimus emerges as nature's most formidable predator, a symbol of strength and resilience. Standing on its hind legs, it can stand up to 10 feet tall and weigh more than 1,500 pounds, making it the world's largest land carnivore. Its massive body is covered in 4.5 inches of blubber and dense, multi-layered fur that insulates it perfectly. Its transparent fur reflects the light of the ice and snow, making it nearly invisible in the white. Its strong, furry legs help it traverse thin patches of ice, traveling more than 30 miles a day in search of food. Its main target is the seal, its vital energy source. Polar bears wait silently by the breathing holes in the ice where seals rise to breathe. Each successful hunt is a precious opportunity in a land where hunger is always lurking. On the frozen tundra, they are not only predators, but also living testament to the resilience and steadfastness of nature. On the ice along the edge of the sea, giant walruses huddle together. Each adult can weigh more than 3,300 pounds, with thick hides and up to 6 inches of fat to protect them from the harsh cold. Their nearly 3-foot-long tusks are powerful defenses that can easily inflict fatal wounds on any predator. When gathered in groups, walruses create a living wall of defense, making even polar bears wary. Bears often approach silently, choosing calves or calves that have strayed from the herd. They move downwind, walking slowly and steadily, using every crevice in the ice to hide. When they spot a target, they charge at incredible speed, trying to catch their prey before the entire herd hits the water. But once the walruses react, the ice shakes, roars, and the clanging of their tusks resound. In the chaos, danger lurks for both sides. A single sharp tusk strike can end the bear's life. Most of these attacks fail. Although the energy source of walrus meat is immense, the price to pay is not small. In the harsh, frozen world, each time a polar bear confronts a walrus is a life and death gamble, where strength, patience, and risk are all combined. In the frigid waters of the Arctic Ocean, the beluga whale, known as the white ghost of the sea, drifts silently beneath the thick ice. An adult beluga can weigh between 2,200 and 3,300 pounds. Without a dorsal fin, Its smooth body allows it to move easily under the ice. Its layer of fat accounts for nearly 40% of its body weight, a huge source of energy, making it an attractive target for polar bears. When the ice thickens, belugas must find small ice holes to breathe. It is here that polar bears ambush. It waits at the edge of the ice, hiding in silence, sensing every small sound coming from the water. When the white shadow of the beluga appears, the bear immediately attacks. Its sharp claws, like blades, slash the ice, aiming for the head or neck of its prey. With extraordinary pulling power, it drags the ton-heavy beluga out of the water. After killing its prey, the bear leaves, then returns several times to eat all the meat precious. Though rarely successful, each such victory provides the bear with vital energy for the long, cold months of hunger. On the white ice, where ocean and sky merge, the moment is etched into the image of the resilient predator, a symbol of the strength and resilience of nature. In remote camps in the polar regions, Arctic dogs, bred for sled pulling and protection, have double coats so thick they can withstand temperatures as low as -76 degrees Fahrenheit. They have extremely sensitive senses and can detect bears from a distance. When they sense a threat, the dogs often gather, bark loudly, and use their numbers and constant movement to harass and repel predators. When a polar bear approaches, just 100-pound swipe can take down an adult dog. Even with the dog's numbers, bears still have the absolute advantage in single combat. If the dogs are large or the bear is young, the battle can sometimes turn. But most often, it ends in chaos with the dogs losing. Against the cold snow, the scene reflects the extreme harshness of the polar region, where there is no room for error in the fight for survival. In the frigid ice, not only are there hunts, but there are also fierce confrontations between polar bears themselves. When food sources become scarce, or during mating season, two adult males may encounter each other in a tense battle for dominance. They have no fixed territories, but will defend their fertile hunting grounds as if they were their own. The huge bears, weighing more than 1,500 pounds, approach each other cautiously. Roars echo through the icy air, two giant white bodies circling each other, testing strength and will. The fights can last for hours, where each pounce, each toss, takes tremendous energy. The winner wins the right to mate and asserts its dominance not only over its rival, but also over the surrounding tundra. As the ice melts faster each year, food dwindles and hunting distances widen. Encounters between polar bears become more frequent. The harshness of the environment not only tests their strength, but also pushes their survival instincts to the limits. On the cracked ice, each battle is a reminder that in this cold world, only the strongest survive. On the ice, Arctic wolves move in organized packs, with the leader leading and the younger ones following. They coordinate their hunts, but their success rate is only about 20%. Despite many failures, perseverance and collective tactics help the wolves maintain their position in the cold wilderness. During days when food is scarce, polar bears are often attracted to the scent of carcasses left by wolves. With an extremely sensitive sense of smell, They can detect prey from miles away. When a bear appears, the wolves are immediately alert. They surround it, howling loudly, trying to intimidate the intruder with their numbers. But against a bear weighing more than 1,500 pounds, the overwhelming force makes any effort fragile. The encounter is usually over quickly. The bear takes the carcass, the wolves retreat. But sometimes, if the number of wolves is large enough, the bear is forced to leave to avoid being surrounded. As the ice melts, bears come ashore more often, and such encounters are becoming more frequent. Between ice and wind, it's not just a fight for food, but a testament to the fierceness of the chain of survival at the top of the world. Amid the vast expanses of snow, herds of caribou make their annual migration, covering more than 3,000 miles, the longest journey of any land animal. Their thick fur and large hooves help them run steadily through the snow, reaching speeds of 25 miles per hour at full speed. They are also excellent swimmers, able to cross cold water for more than 60 miles without stopping. When a caribou breaks away from the pack, the polar bear sees an opportunity. It moves with the wind, quietly closing the distance, and suddenly pounces. The chase is quick. Caribou sprints across the snow, but just one strong slap from the bear can break bones and end lives instantly. Caribou are agile and resilient, but in a land where energy is gold, polar bears are always ready to take advantage of any opportunity. The attack is over quickly, leaving a trail of strong marks on the white snow that proves the harshness of the survival cycle in the ice. Beneath the thick ice, seals are masters of aquatic survival. Sleek, fast, and agile, they can dive hundreds of feet deep and hold their breath for more than 20 minutes. An adult seal contains about 100,000 calories, a huge amount of energy needed by polar bears to survive days of hunger and cold. On the white ice, the polar bear begins its hunt. Its sense of smell is so acute that it can smell a seal's breath from more than a mile away. The first sign is the small breathing holes, called igloo, where the seal must surface for air. The bear lies patiently for hours, almost motionless, drifting with the wind to avoid detection. In the still world of ice, only its slow breathing and its eyes follow the ice. When the moment comes, the seal surfaces, unaware of the white shadow lurking. The bear charges swiftly and decisively, its powerful legs breaking the ice, its claws grabbing the edges of its breathing holes. Sometimes it even dives into the water from below, attacking its prey with a rare technique that requires both strength and precision. A successful strike means life, but a failure means prolonged starvation. The world of ice is changing. The ice melts earlier. The hunting season shortens. Each year, the bear must travel farther, expending more energy to find its prey. Its hunt is not just an act of instinct, but a symbol of perseverance in a melting world. The Arctic does not give the weak a chance to continue to exist. In the deep and harsh cold environment, polar bears still move continuously and maintain a constant attack rhythm. Each confrontation is part of the process of maintaining its position. Footprints on the ice show the endurance and ability of this predator to overcome all limits. Amid the cold ice, polar bears continue to hold the highest position in the polar region's chain of survival. Bears are not just fearsome creatures. They become explosive attacking forces when provoked. Every encounter in the wild opens up a breathtaking moment where their speed and power explode in an instant. In the deep forest or on the ice, a bear's charge always carries unpredictable ferocity. Prepare yourself, because the journey ahead will take you to the wildest moments of nature. On a humid morning in the Alaskan swamps, an adult moose paced slowly among the tall reeds. It stood nearly 7 feet tall at the shoulder. Weighed more than 1,500 pounds, and had long legs capable of delivering powerful kicks that could seriously injure any predator. It was a resilient northern animal, alert to any movement around it. Grizzly bears rarely have success confronting adult moose because of the size difference and unfavorable terrain. Only when a young moose is separated from the herd or an individual is weak do they have a chance. At noon, a young moose wandered near a lake. Its unsteady gait made it easy to notice. In the distance, a bear watched silently, weighing each step. The mother moose quickly recognized the danger. Her stance changed immediately. Her ears perked up, her body leaned forward. It was a moose's instinct to protect her young with unflinching strength. As the bear advanced, the mother responded with a powerful lunge, forcing the bear to stop. The atmosphere became tense, then quickly calmed as the bear retreated. The confrontation was brief but clear. In this wild land, the predator does not always win. There are moments when maternal instinct becomes the greatest force of nature. One morning on the vast prairies of Montana, a herd of bison moves slowly through the fresh grass. Adults stand nearly 6 feet tall at the shoulder, weigh up to 2,000 pounds, and can run more than 35 miles per hour, making them the largest and fastest mammals in North America. They live in tight-knit herds, but young or isolated individuals are always at risk when bears appear. In the spring, when bison give birth, bears often watch from afar. They patiently lurk where bison drink or feed, waiting for the moment a calf strays from its mother. This is a rare opportunity for bears, as adult bison are too strong and too large to confront head-on. One peaceful afternoon, a bison calf strayed a few paces from the herd. Its awkward gait made it easy to spot. At the edge of the forest nearby, a bear advanced slowly, carefully observing the distance between the calf and its mother. The bear knew that if it got the timing wrong, it could be seriously injured by a bison headbutt or stomp. As the bear became more visible, the mother bison reacted immediately, head lowered, shoulders raised, body leaning forward in a strong defensive posture. The bear took one step, the mother bison took two. The tension in the air was like a tight rope being pulled. The bear was forced to retreat, knowing that the unity and defense of the bison herd exceeded its advantage. The moment clearly demonstrated the contrast in nature. Bears rely on opportunity and patience, while bison rely on size, strength, and numbers. In the North American grasslands, This confrontation does not always end in the victory of the predator. Sometimes the unity of the bison herd and the strong instinct to protect their cubs becomes an impenetrable barrier. In the open valleys of Alaska, where salmon gather in shallow streams, male bears often clash over territory and food sources. These confrontations are familiar, but always carry a palpable tension. When two adult bears enter a river, they immediately stand on their hind legs, forming a powerful confrontation. Low growls ring out as a warning. Within seconds, the two are charging at each other in decisive movements. Claws and body strength are used to test the opponent's endurance. The fight is short but fierce, leaving deep scratches and wounds that will become permanent scars. Eventually, one begins to back away, breathing heavily and its posture destabilizing. The other stands firm, taking just one more step to confirm victory. The loser flees the area, leaving control of the territory and food source to the stronger. In nature, order is established through such moments, decisive, brief, and based entirely on real strength. In the tundra and deep forests of North America, grizzly bears and wolves share territory, where food scarcity often leads to conflict. Wolves are intelligent, highly social animals. Bears have large muscles, a bite force of nearly 975 pounds per square inches, and remarkable endurance. One quiet afternoon, a bear was eating the remains of an animal in the middle of the forest. The scent of the meat quickly attracted about 10 wolves. They did not attack immediately, but spread out in an arc, emitting low growls to probe. This was a familiar tactic, to put psychological pressure and distract the bear's attention. The bear stood upright on its hind legs, roaring loudly and displaying its strength as a warning. However, the wolf pack kept its distance, moving continuously to harass. The tug-of-war took place in tense silence. The wolf was patient. The bear held its ground. When the bear suddenly turned sharply and charged towards a nearby wolf, the pack immediately dispersed, not because of fear, but because they understood that the bear's direct strength was too great. They gradually retreated, then retreated into the forest. On the ground covered with footprints, the bear continued to eat the remaining prey. The confrontation ended without the loser being injured. This is just a familiar slice of nature. Strength versus strategy. Each species playing its role in the wild balance of North America. On the flat ice of the Arctic Ocean, life moves slowly but intensely. Seals, especially ringed and bearded seals, are the polar bear's most important source of energy. A single adult seal can provide nearly 100 pounds of fat, enough to sustain the bear for weeks, so every hunt is vital. On a chilly morning, below 14 degrees Fahrenheit, a ringed seal rests near the mouth of a breathing cave, where it must surface for oxygen. The seal is alert, eyes half open, its body pressed against the ice. Although dependent on the sea, it faces constant danger from above. Not far away, a polar bear was approaching. It moved very lightly on the ice, minimizing the noise. Bears can hold their breath for more than 2 minutes and swim silently under the water to approach their prey from a direction that is out of sight. Every step was calculated with almost absolute patience. The bear stopped when there were only a few meters left. The wind blew in the favorable direction, carrying the scent away from the seal. A moment of silence prevailed, but even the slightest movement of the ice would alert the seal. If detected early, the seal could just slide quickly into the sea and disappear in a few seconds. This time, the bear chose to wait. It approached slowly, bit by bit. The seal did not notice anything. In the moment when the seal raised its head to sniff, the bear made the final approach. The ice trembled slightly. A moment later, the northern sea was quiet again. Whether the outcome was success or failure, the scene clearly showed the harshness of the life cycle here. Bears rely on patience and subtle tactics. Seal relies on escape speed and survival instinct. On the Arctic ice, every moment decides the future of the strongest in this cold region. One morning in the humid forests of North America, an adult bull elk steps out from the edge of the woods. It stands nearly 5 feet tall at the shoulder, weighs up to 700 pounds, and carries nearly 4-foot-long horns that symbolize its post-mating power. But the rut has weakened its body, slowed its breathing, and taken away its usual sure-footed stride. At the edge of the lake, the bull elk paused to catch its breath. The water reflected its powerful image, but also its fatigue. In the distance, a grizzly bear appeared, advancing with steady steps. Bears often hunted large moose when they had the chance, especially when their prey was exhausted from the time of energy consumption. The bull elk raised its head, sensing the approaching danger. It turned toward the lake as a familiar reflex. However, exhaustion slowed it down. The bear closed the distance, moving steadily and confidently. As the two creatures entered the shallow water, the lake's surface rippled slightly. After only a short while, the bull elk no longer had the strength it had before. The water gradually returned to calm, leaving the bear's silent silhouette. The familiar outcome of nature appeared. The stronger creature continued to survive, while the one that had reached its limit became the source of energy to maintain the cycle of survival in the North American mountains and forests. Morning had just appeared on the grassland when the lion's hurried footsteps broke the silence. It accelerated as soon as it detected movement, its eyes always following each potential target. The atmosphere immediately changed to a tense chase rhythm, where each step could open a frontal attack. In the wild, just a small signal, and the lion immediately rushed into pursuit. The following sections will recreate how it follows, approaches, and attacks species in each encounter. Morning appeared on the grassland. A lone leopard moved slowly through the low bushes. It weighed about 130 pounds, had a lean and agile body. Leopards are efficient predators, capable of stealth, ambush, and rapid acceleration. In this area, they shared territory with lions, which were larger in size and had support from their prides. The leopard avoided conflict. It kept its distance when it heard noises, but the heavy footsteps became increasingly louder. A pride of 12 lions approached and formed a circle. The leopard snapped its claws, growling in short bursts as a warning. It turned to find an escape route, but the gaps were closing quickly. When cornered, the leopard charged to the side to escape. A large male lion approached. With just one frontal attack, the confrontation ended. The leopard could not stand against the superiority in force and strength.
Can you scare them?
Elsewhere, another leopard was surrounded by 3 adult lions. The situation was tense, but they did not attack immediately. The leopard crouched, bared its claws, and assumed a defensive stance. After a while of observing, the 3 lions left. The leopard immediately fled the area at high speed. One situation ended in defeat. Another opened up an opportunity for escape. In the wild, the outcome of each encounter varies depending on the strength, timing, and individual response. In the afternoon on the grassland, a group of hyenas are moving in search of food. Hyenas are large pack animals, sometimes more than 30 individuals. They have a female-dominated social structure, high endurance, and strong jaws. Coordination in packs helps them to outperform solitary predators many times. However, competition between hyenas and lions is always tense, as both often fight over the carcasses of large animals. A hyena, separated from the pack, entered the sight of 3 lions. They approached slowly, maintaining an overwhelming position. The lions did not rush to attack, but continuously pressed to make the hyena lose its direction. The hyena tried to change direction many times but was blocked. The sounds it made could not slow down the 3 lions' advance. After a period of being suppressed, the hyena quickly lost the upper hand before the superior strength. In another development, 3 hyenas were eating a hippo carcass in the dry grass. A male lion appeared and rushed in at high speed. 2 hyenas dispersed in time, leaving one behind. The lion completely controlled it, but did not continue to process the hyena carcass. After the situation stabilized, the lion returned to using the hippo carcass it was protecting. Encounters between lions and hyenas represent direct competition between 2 species that share the same food target. The outcome of each confrontation depends on the number, terrain advantage, and the level of intensity at each moment. At noon on the dry riverbank, an adult crocodile lay motionless on the ground. It is an ancient predator, having existed for more than 200 million years, famous for its explosive power and ambush attacks in the water. When in rivers and lakes, crocodiles have a great advantage, but on land, its ability to turn around is significantly reduced. A pride of lions approached. They realized that the crocodile had left the water's edge and could no longer maintain a safe position. The lions observed slowly, keeping their distance for a few seconds. Then, the whole pride began to approach. The crocodile opened its mouth, roaring loudly to warn, but could not create pressure like when in the water. The lion's attack rhythm gradually increased. They coordinated from many directions, forcing the crocodile to turn its body continuously. The struggle lasted for a long time, weakening the crocodile. As it lost strength, it could not fight back effectively. The pride of lions quickly took over and turned it into a food source. In another situation, a crocodile approached an elephant carcass that a pride of lions was protecting. The lions spotted it and immediately approached. The crocodile opened its mouth wide, roaring in a threatening manner. The confrontation lasted nearly 30 minutes, with many close approaches and retreats. Finally, the crocodile retreated to avoid danger. The pride of lions kept the elephant carcass. Each encounter depends on the location, intentions, and advantages of each species, creating different results in the wild. In the open grasslands, an African buffalo is moving slowly. It weighs nearly 2,200 pounds, has a large body and high strength. Buffalo is a high-energy food source for lions, but can also be dangerous to any predator if cornered. A male lion spots a buffalo that has separated from the herd. He accelerates, closing the distance in just a few seconds. When he is close enough, the lion charges and attacks the buffalo's hindquarters. The buffalo struggles, trying to regain its balance, but the lion continues to tighten its position. As the buffalo loses strength, the lion moves to a weaker spot and quickly overwhelms it. In another scene, a lion hides behind a tree, biding its time. When the buffalo herd approaches, it rushes out, causing the whole herd to panic. The lion chooses the weakest buffalo and chases them. The chase lasts for a long time, leaving both of them exhausted. Eventually, the buffalo loses its momentum, giving the lion the chance to end the encounter. Every encounter between a lion and a buffalo is based on timing, positioning, and the stamina of both species. In the grasslands, any moment can be an advantage or a disadvantage, depending on how the individual reacts. Under the afternoon sun, a pack of African wild dogs was moving quickly through the open area. This is a predator with a high success rate, from 60 to 80%. They coordinate well, run long distances well, and have a clear pack strategy. However, the presence of lions is always a big threat because lions consider wild dogs as competitors in hunting. A male lion sneaked up on a pack of wild dogs. It moved low, slow, and made no sound. When the distance was close enough, the lion rushed out with strong and precise force, The wild dogs were attacked suddenly and had no time to react. One individual was caught and controlled by the lion with just a bite to the neck. The remaining dogs cried loudly from a distance but did not dare to approach. In another situation, a female lion took down a single wild dog. The whole pack of wild dogs immediately turned around and surrounded it. They attacked from multiple directions, creating pressure to rescue their own kind. Faced with this coordination, the lioness was forced to relax for a moment. The wild dog was captured and escaped from the area, although still suffering many injuries. The two situations show a clear contrast. The superior individual strength of the lion and the strong team spirit of the wild dog. In each encounter, the outcome varies depending on the timing, the number, and the ability of each species to coordinate. One morning on the grasslands, two male lions appeared on opposite sides of the territory. The dispute between male lions is an important part of the species' social system, as the winner retains ownership of the pride and mating rights. These confrontations are often long and dangerous, requiring both strength and endurance. A lone male lion entered the boundary of another pride. The alpha lion noticed and immediately charged. The female lion standing nearby also joined in, putting pressure on the intruder. Although surrounded, the intruder kept fighting. The confrontation lasted for nearly an hour, with many attacks and pushes. Finally, the alpha lion lost the upper hand and retreated. The intruder became the new leader, but the female lions remained wary of this change. In another situation, two lion brothers living in the same pride had a conflict. One had just attracted the attention of the lioness. The other approached with the intention of competing. Both quickly rushed into battle. The attacks were decisive, and the outcome was clearly determined in a short time. The winner continued to have access to the lioness. Confrontations between lions are not just normal disputes, but also a way to assert position and maintain order in the pride. Each battle determines the future of the group for a long time. In the wild lands of North America, wolves appear as a force, always ready to explode. They silently monitor every small movement of the surrounding environment. Each step contains concentration, steadfastness, and constant observation. As the leader in the pursuit, wolves always know the exact moment to initiate an attack. From deep forests to white snow, their journey always bears the mark of determination. On the frozen tundra of North America, caribou herds move in a steady march. They are important herbivores, keeping the tundra ecosystem in balance. Each migration can span hundreds of miles, with huge herds of up to 500,000 individuals. Their large snowshoe claws help them walk through deep snow. Their ability to travel long distances makes them a steady food source for wolves during the harsh months. A gray wolf walks along the edge of the herd. The cold wind carries the scent of the weaker members of the group. Its instincts direct its attention to the young, the old, or those who are running low on energy. Hunting caribou is a high-energy endeavor, so wolves must choose targets that can be finished quickly. The rugged terrain forces the caribou herds to split into smaller groups. This opens up an opportunity. The pack appeared from behind, keeping enough distance to avoid scattering the herd too soon. When a calf stumbled a few yards behind its mother, the pack sped up. The mother cried out, but her slipping on the ice prevented her from turning right away. The wolves closed in quickly, taking advantage of every change of direction the calf had to make to maintain its balance. The decisive moment was short. The calf could not get up in time, and the pack was gone. The victory was not a noisy one. It was the result of persistence, strategy, and keen observation. The spoils of war kept the pack energized, feeding the young waiting in the shelter. In the vast forests of North America, the gray wolf is a powerful example of survival instinct. They range from icy Alaska to miles of grasslands in Wyoming. Each land has its own adaptations, but the common denominator is endurance. An adult wolf weighs about 80 to 110 pounds, is nearly 5 feet long, and has a thick coat of fur that keeps it warm in temperatures that can drop to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Its long legs help it traverse dense forests and rugged terrain. When necessary, it can reach speeds of nearly 35 miles per hour for short distances, but its true strength lies in its ability to move with endurance. The wolf's hearing and sense of smell are extremely sensitive. It can detect sounds from a distance in favorable conditions and track the scent of elk, mule deer, or snowshoe hare. Many small changes in the environment are recorded and processed by instinct. The life of wolves is always attached to the pack. A pack usually has from 6 to 10 individuals, coordinating hunting according to a clear strategy. Instinct, patience, and a slow but precise pace of life are what help wolves maintain a natural balance in the ecosystem. In the frigid tundra of Alaska and Canada, muskox are one of the oldest surviving species from the Ice Age. They can withstand temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit, thanks to their thick, multi-layered fur and short, stocky bodies. Usually, muskox packs consist of 10 to 20 individuals, but in winter, they can exceed 50 to increase their chances of survival. When in danger, muskox immediately form a circle or crescent shape. The adults point their sharp, curved horns outward, while the cubs stand in the middle. One charge can break a predator's bones. For wolves, they are risky prey, but also an important source of energy during the long, cold season. One windy afternoon, the wolves approached the muskox pack that was huddled against the wind. Initially, the muskox defended very firmly. Every charge was strong enough to make the wolves retreat, but the wolves did not give up. They attacked in groups, constantly disrupting the formation to force the pack to break up. When an older muskox was pushed out of the circle, an opportunity presented itself. The wolves quickly pushed it back a few yards. The fight dragged on, the musk ox charging repeatedly to keep its distance. But the wolves' persistence gradually wore down its energy. Finally, exhausted, the muskox collapsed. The victory was the result of coordination, patience, and the survival instinct that had nurtured the wolf species for thousands of years. In the snow-covered forests of North America, rabbits appear in large numbers and are well adapted to the cold. Even when temperatures drop below -40 degrees Fahrenheit, they are still agile, thanks to their soft white fur that completely camouflages them against the snow. Their small, light bodies and ability to accelerate nearly 40 miles per hour allow them to escape quickly without the power to counterattack. For wolves, rabbits provide a steady source of energy on days when large prey is scarce. However, the agility of this species requires wolves to keep a steady pace, observe accurately, and react well. On a cold morning, a lone wolf followed small footprints in the soft snow, then accelerated when a rabbit suddenly appeared in the light. The rabbit changed direction repeatedly to escape, while the wolf kept a steady pace, waiting for the prey to slip. When the rabbit slid lightly on the ice, the distance immediately closed, and the hunt ended quickly thanks to the wolf's endurance and precise reflexes. On the miles-wide grasslands of Montana and Wyoming, bison loom as a symbol of North American might. They are among the largest animals on the continent, weighing hundreds of pounds with thick manes and sturdy bodies. Each horn can be nearly 12 inches long, curved sharply, and has the power to gore or throw off any predator that dares to get too close. A bison's reflexes are quick. When it senses danger, it lowers its head and can charge at incredible speed. A single headbutt can seriously injure a wolf. That's why any attack on a bison is so risky. However, the rewards are enormous. A single adult bison can provide enough meat to feed a wolf pack for days. On a windy afternoon, a pack of 25 wolves appeared at the edge of the grasslands. They didn't charge right away. Their strategy was to create chaos. As they got closer, the bison herd immediately closed in on itself, with the adults standing outside to protect the young. The wolves continued to press the herd forward, forcing them to change direction constantly. When the rough ground caused a young bison to stumble, an opportunity presented itself. The pack immediately split into multiple directions, leaving the mother unable to protect her in time. The adults charged forward, attacking in coordinated, quick, precise steps. Each individual had a clear role: distractor, blocker, and finisher. The confrontation ended not in chaos, but in persistent coordination. The wolves had won after overcoming great risks. The spoils of victory would help the pack sustain their energy for many more freezing days to come. In the densely forested areas of North America, wild boars appear as both resilient and difficult to deal with. Their strong, muscular bodies and sharp fangs can inflict serious damage to any predator. Their thick hides help them withstand impacts, making a frontal attack a major challenge. Each time they charge, they are strong and powerful. When facing wild boars, wolves have to calculate more. They do not choose healthy individuals, but observe carefully to find those who have separated from the pack or are losing strength. The usual approach is to surround from many sides, one animal keeping attention, the others looking for opportunities to attack the legs to slow down the opponent's movement speed. The wolves narrow the circle around the wild boar in the dim light of the forest, while the prey counterattacks strongly and repeatedly throws away those who get too close. After a long period of resistance, the wild boar gradually lost its strength and agility. At the decisive moment, the wolf pack attacked simultaneously, and won thanks to their perseverance and coordination. In the deep forests of Wyoming and Montana, bull elk are considered one of the most powerful animals in North America. They possess antlers that can reach nearly 4 feet in length, are well-muscled, and have a strong fighting instinct. During mating season, their aggression increases, making them both more dangerous and more vulnerable. A kick or charge from a bull elk can be fatal to a wolf. Wolves must balance risk with energy needs. They focus on individuals who are old, injured, or separated from the pack. Deep snow, steep slopes, or shallow streams can all be used to help wolves get closer to their prey. On a cold morning, a pack of wolves quietly follows a herd of elk moving up the slope. They wait for their opportunity. When the elk change direction and the formation splits, the wolves charge in unison, forcing the pack to spread out on the slope. A bull elk with a wounded hind leg was slower than the others. The wolves accelerated, reaching speeds of nearly 35 miles per hour in short bursts, closing the gap quickly. The elk tried to fight back, but the sloping terrain made it difficult to maintain balance. In just a few moments, the wolves had surrounded their target. The chase ended when the elk was exhausted. The victory was the result of calculation, taking advantage of the terrain and the wolf's instinct for cooperation. Under the scorching African sun, lions are always at the center of unexpected confrontations. Every step they take on the tall grass can be the start of a lightning attack. The lion's sharp eyes scan the space, looking for the moment to close in on its prey. On this vast land, just a slow breath can make the lion lose its advantage. This is where the lion's instincts explode most strongly, and every movement can turn into a decisive attack. Lions are the epitome of power on the savannah, weighing in at over 420 pounds and built for quick, decisive pounces. The male lion's thick mane protects his head and neck during confrontations. They live in prides, each with its own role. Females hunt in concert, while males defend territories that can stretch for miles. Lions have exceptionally keen senses. Their hearing can pick up sounds as close as a mile away, and their sense of smell can pick up scents from afar on shifting winds. All of this combines to create a powerful survival instinct, making them a resilient, calm, and omnipresent predator on the vast savanna. On the savanna, 70% of a lion's diet comes from zebras and wildebeests. But not all stalking is successful. One day, a lioness lay motionless for hours, watching a herd of wildebeest just a few dozen feet away. They were too alert, and the slightest movement would have caused her opportunity to slip away. Failure is a familiar thing for predators. Lioness with broken leg hunt and caught wildebeest in Kruger Park. Another time, despite a sore front leg, she continued to stalk a herd of wildebeests. Her patience allowed her to approach at the right time and eventually kill a calf that had strayed from the herd. That small victory was the source of energy needed to get through the difficult days, when food had been scarce for days. Lions were forced to seek out a dead hippo, but a live hippo was a different threat. With teeth that are more than 20 inches long and a bite force exceeding 1,800 pounds per square inches, a bite to the mouth can make it impossible for a lion to hunt again. There was even a time when an adult hippo charged from the water's edge, forcing the entire pride of lions to retreat. In the wild, every hunt is a new test. Sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's a challenge. But for lions, as long as they're standing, the journey to survival continues. In a pride of lions, the feeding order reflects the individual's position. The male lion eats first, followed by the females and cubs. This order keeps the group stable, but sometimes it also causes conflicts. A female lion once got too close to the male's food, causing him to become angry. With his larger jaw and stronger skull, the male launched an attack so powerful that the female lost the ability to move her lower body. From a promising hunter, the female became completely dependent on the pride, sometimes even being left behind. Compared to conflicts during meals, battles for territory are much more fierce. On the edge of a strong alliance's territory, a wandering male lion accidentally entered a forbidden area. Immediately, the two males of the alliance closed in from two directions, forming a pincer attack. With the second strongest bite force of a big cat and a habit of aiming for the opponent's spine, they quickly left the intruding male unable to fight back. In Kruger, another male lion was attracted by the scent of a buffalo carcass and accidentally invaded the territory of the two local rulers. The encounter was fierce. Its thick mane helped to minimize the damage to its neck, but the attacks focused on its flanks were the decisive factor. The battle was considered by observers to be the most brutal since the Mopogo era. From a predator at the top of the food chain, the male lion fell and became a meal for the victor. A pride of lions usually has between 1 and 4 dominant males. When they cannot find consensus, they are forced to fight to determine the hierarchy. Sharp claws, strong slaps, and fast attack speed make the encounters a great challenge. The scars on each individual's body are proof of those fierce battles. Only the victorious male lion retains the right to mate and protect the territory. Not only do male lions protect the territory, female lions are also always wary of invading female lions. A lone female lion once mistakenly stepped into the territory of another pride. Immediately, the resident female lions rushed to attack. Although she tried to fight back, the female lion was quickly overwhelmed by the superior numbers. Injuries covered her body, but her final strong roar stopped the whole pride, allowing her to escape. In another place, a desperate female lion was surrounded by a pride consisting of a dominant male and many other female lions. The battle left countless injuries on the female lion's body, but with a resounding roar, she made the whole pride wary and protected her life. Further back, a male lion from Tinswallow once confronted Mberi males in a life and death battle. He survived, but the serious injuries left his body exhausted, unable to hunt. He gradually weakened day by day. On the savannah, when a male is no longer able to feed himself, his chances of survival are almost gone. Fights for food and territory are at the heart of lion life. They force individuals to face their own limits, where instinct, strength, and alertness decide fate in every moment. The African buffalo is the raw power of the savannah, weighing up to 2,000 pounds, and with sharp, curved horns, capable of taking down any predator. They operate in herds, remembering threats and reacting quickly when they feel unsafe. Their unity makes them one of the savannah's most unpredictable foes. On a hot afternoon, a hungry young lioness decided to hunt alone. She followed a buffalo bull away from the herd, confident that the short distance would provide her with an opportunity, but her confidence quickly betrayed her. As the lion charged, the buffalo spun around and launched a powerful charge, its horns hitting the lion about 12 inches below the armpit. Its 220-plus pounds were lifted off the ground in an instant. The wound caused the lion's strength to rapidly decrease, potentially causing arterial damage and blood poisoning that could kill a lion in a matter of days. In the chaos, the buffalo herd in the distance began to approach. Another male charged, butting into the open space just a few feet from the lion. The coordinated counterattacks could permanently disable any predator. The lions heard the cry and rushed to help. They surrounded the young buffalo, applying pressure from all sides. The struggle was fast and intense. The buffalo tried to break the siege, while the lioness gradually exhausted herself from blood loss. Finally, the lions brought down the buffalo, but the victory was tinged with anxiety. The young lioness lay collapsed in the grass, her wound wide open, breathing laboredly. On this savannah, the danger lies not in the predator's charge, but in the moment it misjudges its opponent. A buffalo is a challenge. The whole herd of buffalo is the line between survival and the price to pay for recklessness. Blood parasites are a silent threat, slowly weakening many lions without them even realizing it. A male lion was once recorded having convulsions while chasing prey, a clear sign of a disorder caused by blood disease. Elsewhere, a lioness suffered a head injury after getting caught in a trap, forcing rescuers to intervene to free her. And there are unfortunate males who get caught in a trap while hunting, losing a leg but still trying to continue on the challenging journey of wildlife. Spotted hyenas are persistent and highly organized animals, known for their ability to communicate with a variety of sounds. High-pitched cries, long howls, and laughter-like sounds are all used to warn and call on their mates. On the Savannah in the late afternoon, just one resounding sound is enough to quickly summon the entire pride. Under the African sun, every second counts. A lone lioness is trying to keep her food when the hyenas approach. Their constant calls put pressure on the lioness, forcing her to retreat. With their large numbers and relentless approach, the hyenas force the lioness to retreat up a slanted tree to keep a safe distance. According to scientists, just 4 to 6 hyenas can make it difficult for a lioness. The old injuries to her hind legs and tail put the lioness at a disadvantage against the constant pressure. They circled around, approached, and then left, always keeping the lioness on guard. However, with her persistence and strong warning sounds, the lioness gradually made the hyenas retreat, returning the quiet space in the afternoon. In another area of the national park, an old lioness was looking for food when she was confronted by the appearance of many hyenas. They are species that often look for opportunities to approach weakened lions. Although her strength was not as before, the lioness still tried to move towards the bush. The hyenas followed her every step, but her perseverance helped her hide in the dense forest, where the hyenas could not go deep. The hyenas always observed and waited for the right moment to put pressure on the weakened lions. But in the wild, as long as there is alertness and determination, the female lion can still find a safe path to continue her journey of survival. In a land where every moment is filled with danger, the lion continues to walk with instincts that have been honed over time. Confrontations, wounds, challenges, and moments of near death only further clarify the endurance of this dominant predator. Whether strong or weakened over the years, each individual leaves its own mark on the vast savanna. When the night falls, the lion's roar still echoes, reminding that it has never stopped being present. And it is that presence that keeps the rhythm of wildlife going without stopping.